Hello? Are you there? Hello? Hold on. Let me see. Hi. It's early. It's much too early. It's only 10:30, but if we go quick, I think we're going to be okay. My dad's going to get up soon. Hi, welcome to my world. My name is Colleen, and it's early, but I thought we'd come on in. Welcome to my world. I'm just really busy today. It's What's Happening Wednesday. And I would like to just get this party started because it's been a very busy day. And if I can get dinner served for my dad one last time today, then we can maybe get to our nap in again and then just keep going because life's a circus. And I have so much to tell you today. Today was probably another magical day, but it was kind of a circus, and I'm so glad it is because I love the circus. Well, the circus has changed a lot, hasn't it? I don't know if there even is a circus anymore, but I know for a fact that I used to love the circus years ago. And 100 years ago, it really was something for women. I wrote about it in my book. I am an author, and I have an opera house in Staples, and the circus did come there. It was on the second floor. They had ponies and a monkey, and it's just quite a magical story. And I can't wait to tell you about it. But today I have a question for you. The show cannot begin until you jump. So my question is can you jump? It's just kind of it's a requirement. I want to know, can you jump? I like to jump. It's important because I have issues that I have to just keep moving all the time. So I have to always be jumping around. And today at Pete's gym, I was able to jump rope. And I always feel a little bit like Rocky when I'm jumping. And so I want to know, can you jump? It's important. Write it down. Send me an email. Can you jump? It's important. Without a doubt, that's important. And think about it. When I played basketball, most of about 13 years of it, we started out a game. We had to go to center court. We had to gather in a circle. And then they had a jump ball where we had to jump up and start the game. So for me, I am in a pre-launch and I feel like I'm getting in the circle and I'm sizing up my area on the court, and I'm just looking all around and I'm taking it all in, and that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to jump in, and I have been really scoping it out. Years ago we went to Minneapolis. I'm from New York Mills, Minnesota, and it was very young, and I got to go with my girlfriend Janet and a coach of ours, two coaches. I'll be talking about them when I can. Um, anyway, we went to the Gopher game, and Randy Brewer was very tall, and Kevin McHale, and they came bursting out of a gopher. It was a big wooden gopher, and it had big gold curtains. And we were just like, oh my gosh, it was like a show. It was like the circus. And I never forgot that. And I think that was like the early times of my marketing passion. And I talked about it all the way home. And somehow somebody in New York Mills built us a giant wooden eagle. And for some reason, the boys on our boys basketball team, they refused to fly out of that eagle. And I thought that was just kind of strange. Maybe a little bit of, who knows. But us women, we flew out of that eagle and we came out with our warm-up jerseys and warm-up outfits, and we took that court. Our opponents were so freaked out by the time we got to that center circle, they were shaking. So for me, the marketing is very important. I'm totally into Canva, and I totally love it. I'm addicted, and I think it's just my absolute favorite thing. And I love it, and I hope you love the pieces I'm developing. I think I'm in love with it. I love it. I love to watch it. So my question to you is, can you jump and can you hop in the center court with me, and can you size up the arena with me? And do you like to jump? Because if you do, I want you to jump on in with me and come along. 100 years ago when women joined the circus, it was really a big deal. And I think it's exciting for this digital place that I'm into. I haven't really experienced it a lot. So I'm looking forward to this time and exploring all the things that are available to me. And I'd like to have you come along. Very soon, I'm going to be jumping over to a Facebook page, and I would like to take you all with me. The next question I have for you is, can you bounce a ball? This is the next question. I'm not asking for you to bounce grapefruit, but I am asking, can you bounce a ball? And in life, life is like a circus. You have to be able to bounce from thing to thing, and it is very important. And it's interesting, as a woman, when a woman changes her mind or changes ideas, it's like a shock. People just go into complete shock when we change our mind. Did you change that again? We get questioned. And it's kind of interesting when that Apple man decided to take that cord thing out of the phone. Did they say to the Apple man, did you change the phone again? No, it was like shock and awe. It was like, oh my gosh, we have a new phone. But why is it sometimes when a woman or some people change, it's like, did you change again? So I want us to really think about that when we live on purpose and we decide to on purpose change our mind. Let's celebrate that person that changes. So I want to be able to bounce from thing to thing and have people say, oh, that's exciting. So I hope you cheer me on when I change directions or I blow to a different way with the wind, because I happen to love dandelions. And I love them because when they blow in the wind, it's like, where are they going to go? So I hope you like to bounce a ball, because that's why we're going to talk about groceries. So I'm going to change direction and we're going to go into grocery shopping, from a circus to groceries. So follow along, make a note. Today I went, grocery shopping. For those of you that have been following my videos, you know that as we go grocery shopping, we do like to swing by and go shopping. Well, I have a favorite place in town, Andrea's, that I stop at. And I go there, I call it my grocery shopping. And I did stop in there and see her. And she is the joy of my life, a very dear friend. And then I swung by my reuse store. And there I picked up my handy dandy little purse. I guess it's for ice, but I like to have it for a purse. So I stopped in there, and guess who I met? A complete stranger. It was a man in the lampshade department. And I have not been there for a couple years. And when Mother and I went there for most of our grocery shopping, I don't think I've ever seen a man in that department. So obviously I'm going to talk to him. And I went up to him, and my go-to question is are you an organized hoarder, a hoarder on purpose, or are you in development? And he just started laughing. He says, well, I'm not that organized. He says, I have a big barn and it's very disorganized. And he says, but I like to be more organized. And before you know it, we got to visiting. And do you know, he's a very famous Vietnam vet. And he talked to me for an hour. He is so interesting that he wants to be on my podcast. And him and his wife are coming next week to be interviewed. I tell you his stories. He actually, with my next question I have to ask you is, does anybody else out there fly? I'm talking fly. This man went from Navy ship to Navy ship on a wire, landed from a basket on a wire from one ship to the next, landed, and then shook President Nixon's hand. I'm not kidding. Somehow in that story, that's what happened. I was so blown away by the time we got to the different countries and all the different things he's been through that I absolutely just about fogged over And then my girlfriend that was with me, she had to almost catch me. So this is why I say to you people that life is a circus. And we have to be able to jump and bounce. And my last thing is we have to be able to fly. Can you fly? And I am so excited to be doing this and to have a place to talk to my future grandkids and to be able to be this life coach to them and to all these people that are looking for possibilities and what's possible. Why not think about having your own circus? And for me, it was easy. I had a mother who grew up near an Indian reservation. And these Native Americans that she held so dear in her life and instilled in us their principles. She said everyone needs to start out their life with a tent. And for her, that's how she raised us. We were very little when we were able to make our very first tent. And I would suggest at least by one. And for Adam and I, we started out with chairs and a blanket. But I hope to have the Native Americans on to show you how to ultimately make a real tent. But there is a system to it. And in our home, we just absolutely started it very young. And then inside that tent, that's where you start with these lessons about jumping and about bouncing and about eventually flying. And if you believe that you can fly, then you can start to say, where do you want to go? How do you want to get there? And talking to this man today, listening to how he lived his life on purpose and what made his decisions to go back into the service and how he took his family from Japan and all over the world. I tell you what, you're going to meet him and he's going to be on my map. And I hope that you can follow me from journey to journey and from page to pod and all over this digital world, because I'm going to put it all into a digital home. And I'm going to have a traveling circus tent, and I hope to bring the stories from town to town. And I absolutely love my days, and I'm happy to be here. Every child should have a tent and crawl inside and build a dream to fly. Then go outside and jump and bounce and practice how to fly. Dreams began in that tent. Take them to the courts of life and meet the big tall men and women, and just maybe they will have their dreams come true. Life will continue, and today, listening to that man's story, he will be with all of you soon. And I know he flew and he jumped and he bounced all over that world. And I cannot wait for you to meet him. You know, Wednesdays, in becoming a preservationist, is exciting for me to be able to explore how to land all my estate into one digital place, because hoarding has been something fun for me, because when you're faced with, if you only had 1 year, it's like, well, what is my history? And I was able to really value that 1, 2, 3-year-old boy and teach him these lessons so rapidly. And each gift of each year that goes by, I have been able to exhale, come off the high wire, and to be able to just embrace every single minute. And I've done it on purpose. So Wednesdays are for those who dare. Be avant-garde, be rare, and remember the circus. And remember me. Sincerely, Colleen.